and happy October.
Fall.
October.
Finally.
Yes. Finally fall. Truly fall.
Yeah.
I'm Martie Hoofer, Digital Content Manager for Keep Indiana Learning, and we are glad to have you here today. Anna, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Anna Cook. I am a literacy specialist, just doing consulting all over Indiana and in other parts.
There we go. So, Anna, I don't know about you, but I love to take drives in the fall.
Oh, I know it. I know. I on purpose, I go down to see my daughter and her family a lot in October and everything. And because it's just so beautiful.
It's pretty. And there used to be a tree. I mean, I'm sure the tree's still there. I'm not in room 213 anymore, but outside of room 213, there was this beautiful tree that I took a picture of every fall. Aww. And so it pops up on my, as I look back at my memories now, and I'm like, that tree is just beautiful. Yeah. I mean, there's no word for it, but it's just beautiful.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. So that is our theme for this month. We want to talk about books with pretty covers. It seems to make sense in the fall that we're talking about pretty things. So Anna, you have a great story about a book cover that I hope you will share with us.
Well, and when you were talking about books with pretty covers and everything, I thought, how did she know that I do that a lot? And most sophisticated readers, I don't know. I don't know if they would do that or not, but I do. And I did take comfort in knowing, Martie, that you did too, because I really regard you a lot higher than Anna is as far as the, sophisticated reader is concerned. But I'll never forget when I was about 16 years old, my aunt and I loved to go to the bookstore. Mm-hmm. And at that time, the only bookstore that was around was Walden Books.
Was it in the mall?
In the mall.
In the mall?
Yep, in the mall.
In the mall.
And so she said to me, pick out any book that you want and I'll buy it. And I said, okay. And I picked up a book because it had a really pretty cover, and I don't remember the title, but it was, it was great. The title was great, and so was the cover. And I get home and I open up the book, and the book is like a psychology book. Way above anything that I've ever read.
I love it that it had a pretty cover, though, because how often do textbooks not have pretty covers?
Right. And so when you said that, about the pretty cover, it automatically reminded me of the Walden Book one. Yeah. But also it was very thought-provoking, because then I started thinking about covers that I don't like. Mm-hmm. And that is kind of with an antique-y type of a cover. Maybe it might be an older book that might look a little,
dated.
Dated. And when we were talking about graphic novels last year, a lot of the old books, the old stories, etc., are now going to graphic novels. And boy, oh boy, are those covers ever enticing.
Yes, that's a great point. That is a great point.
And so I thought about, what do you not like? And then, if it just had a different color, I would probably read it. If it had a different cover on it, So I'm just I'm just confessing today, Martie. I'm just confessing.
I get it.
One down here is confessing.
Well, thinking about students, so I had a sizable classroom library. I inherited part of it, and then I constantly added to it. Mm-hmm. And as I think about the books that students didn't check out, it was often ones that had those dated looking covers. Yeah. Republish the same book, give it a different cover. And and I don't even have to talk about students. I can talk about myself. I put a book on hold I don't know, month or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it had this adorable cover with this cute little dress on the front with this, it was a black dress with this cute little pink pattern. And I'm like, oh, this book is adorable. I cannot wait to read this. Classic middle grade, early high school literature. And then the book comes to me. I should have kept it to show it to you. The book came and it had this really nerdy picture on the cover of like some kids with like nerdy looking shoes. And I mean, the book was about kind of the outsiders and like, and they would identify themselves as nerdy. But I was like, no, this is not the book I put on hold. I want the book with the cute dress on it.
Yeah.
So no, Anna, I'm not that sophisticated. I was disappointed.
She made up the story to make me feel better.
The story is totally cute, and I love this story. And if somebody wants to, I'll gladly share about it. But yes, I posted it on my Instagram, just like I do all my books. I enjoyed the story, but I was like, this is not the cover I wanted. I wanted my cute dress.
I love it. I love it.
So you can just kiss that Martie sophisticated reader idea. This is sailing great. Away on the fall breezes with the pretty fall leaves. Yes. So Anna, talk to us. So what does draw you in? You said what doesn't draw you in. What does?
Colorful and also modern.
Oh.
I'm not quite sure, modern, but very, modern, love the colors, on it, more vibrant colors. I'm kind of drawn to. In fact, the last two books, Happy Place was just a very bright color. And then also The Perfect Couple. Oh, that had an actual, like a realistic picture.
Oh.
So sometimes if they've got realistic, pictures, it's a picture cover.
Yeah.
That's kind of what draws me. What about you?
Well, actually, I've got 3 books laying here. So I went home and I looked at my bookshelf and I'm like, what has drawn me in kind of over time? And this one, this is an oldie. This was published in 1994. One of the first books I remember reading, like as an adult. I was out of college or I was about out of college at that point. And like, what drew me in? And this one, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
I love that. And that is set in
Savannah. It's nonfiction. This was the book that made me realize truth is stranger than fiction.
And just an FYI, when I traveled to Savannah, when that just came out, there's a lot of gardens that have that look. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So so as we look at my 3 covers, I think I'm a lot like you in that, like, this one has a realistic picture. It's not very colorful, but has a real picture on it. And and full disclosure, you're talking about confession. I'm a sucker for a cemetery. And so this book, having this girl, it's, a statue from a cemetery. Yeah. This one drew me in. But now your other point about colorful, look at this one.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't it gorgeous? With The Fire on High by Elizabeth A. Sabato.
Oh, yes. To me, that would be a grabber for me.
Yes. And okay, let me just say, I don't want to shortchange the story. The story is beautiful. And Imani is the main character, and I loved her. She just loved her spunk and her personality. But Anna, this book gets better. Look at this. You take the jacket off. And isn't
that's beautiful,
stunning? Most books you take the jacket off and you got to just barely have the word on the spine.
Oh, what a nice surprise, huh?
Yes. So when I bought this, I don't buy a whole lot of books. They're expensive.
I know.
But when I bought this one and I saw what it looked like without the dust jacket, I'm like, oh my word.
That's lovely.
This one, so colorful, draws me in. The other thing that draws me in is art. So prior to being a English teacher, art history was or still is, a passion of mine. And I
Mm-hmm.
love beautiful art. And this is a brand new picture book called Maybe.
Oh.
And Anna, the tagline is a story about the endless potential in all of us.
Oh.
And Anna, the pictures, here, let's just read this one page. Maybe you will help others to see the beauty in each day.
Oh my goodness. That's called, I'm going to write this down.
Yes.
That's Maybe.
Maybe is the title. It's a brand new picture book.
Oh.
And by Kobe Yamada, Yamada. And it's just, I could.
I'm thinking that would be a wonderful Christmas gift.
Oh, it would be a beautiful gift. I would take the art, the pictures out of this and put it on my wall as art.
Wow.
The pictures are gorgeous. And the text that goes with it is beautiful. So this one, I couldn't take it back to the library quite yet because I wanted to show you because it was pretty.
Yeah. That's lovely. That's lovely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think, so yeah, colors, pictures, feels, and like you said, modern, because we view ourselves as living in modern times. We don't want something that feels unrelatable. Maybe. You know, that would be interesting. You were talking about graphic novels to look at like Pride and Prejudice.
Oh.
You know, I read it. It had, I could still tell you, it had this blue cover and it had a little geometric design on the bottom and solid blue on top. And it wasn't real enticing. I read it because I had to for a class.
Right.
But how different do we get? How more excited would we get about a book if it had a catchy cover?
Right. And I'm so happy that all of those graphic novels now from, the classics, if you will, they've all got fabulous covers to entice the students.
Yes.
Younger adults.
And that's what's important. We need to have enticing books that draw us in because, I mean, we're visual people and, that's the way we're wired is we want something that looks pretty. And again, why wasn't my finite math book pretty? I mean, it had pictured rocks on the cover. Those rocks didn't
I think it goes a little bit deeper than that, Martie. I think you and I have both talked about math really isn't our.
We both got it done. We have the college degrees to prove it.
Accomplished.
But maybe didn't enjoy that quite so much, regardless of what was on the cover.
So, I love it.
What's on the cover of what you're reading
now?
It's
really interesting that you should ask.
Oh.
Okay. A couple of different plugs, if you don't mind.
Okay.
The first one is Libby. I know I talk about it all the time, but I am trying to get my library books now through Libby. So I have my phone with me at all times, so I can just call up my book that I'm reading and get it in Libby. So right now I'm on hold for this.
Okay.
But another plug that I'd like to do is Reese Witherspoon's book club.
Yeah.
Everybody, or at least our mothers or whoever, they all loved Oprah.
Yeah.
And Oprah for me, quite frankly, at times was a little confusing. It might have been more of that psychological, why do we do what we do type of things. And I just would like to read a good story every once in a while. So when I saw that Reese was, and both of us have talked about Jenna Bush Hager. She's got a nice book club and she's got very nice diversity. Love it.
I love Jenna's book club for the focus on diversity and first-time authors, which I'm a big sucker for first-time authors. And so, yes, I love Jenna's book club for those two reasons.
She really does work hard. She tries hard, doesn't she, to do that. So I kind of happed upon Reese Witherspoon's over the summer, and I really loved her and her website about her book club, and it really is thought-provoking, and there's just really some good stuff on that book, on that website. So I would highly suggest people look at Reese Witherspoon's book club. Book of the month. She has a new one every month.
Yep.
And, she produces, she makes a lot of these into movies, etc. So this one is called Yellowface.
Such a simple, but a little bit haunting cover.
So it's yellow.
Yep.
Which, once again, that bright, that, kind of drew me in when I saw it. And it's by R.F. Kuang. And the thing, then I read about it. This book is about two friends.
Okay.
And one of them passes away, dies. And she had written a manuscript. And the friend that lives took the manuscript and got it published under her name, not the person that dies.
Oh my. Oh my.
And I mean, Reese Witherspoon talked about this live, and you could just tell, I mean, she was, so I can't wait. I just can't wait. I'm on hold. It's on, I've got it on hold and everything. And I don't know how many I'm in line, but oh well.
Yeah.
And I get it. This, I think, will be fabulous.
Okay. I can't wait to hear you talk about it later, about did it live up to what you'd hoped? Oh,
I agree. Yeah. Now, once again, though, Martie, I mean, the cover, bright, it makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
And so it got me to think covers could really make or break sales of a book.
Yes.
Make or break.
Yes. Even my silly story when I put one book on hold and then I picked the other one up off the shelf, how disappointed I was.
Right.
I wouldn't have, had it been money and not a free library book, I wouldn't have bought the one I read. Even though it was a good story, I was turned off by the cover. Yeah.
I was really, that really hit me like, oh gosh, covers could really make or break sales.
Yeah, so it would be fascinating to talk to someone who works in the publishing industry about what goes into book cover and the difference in fiction versus nonfiction and YA versus adult. And, so all those things, what goes into that cover making, because you're right, a bad decision about a cover ends an author's career that maybe isn't even started.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you have?
Well, ironically, my book is also yellow that I'm currently reading right now. Yes.
Okay.
It is Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club by J. Ryan Stradle. You're acting like you know something about this book.
Yes, Martie, that was on the list of numerous lists of books, must-reads for the summer.
I agree.
Yeah.
So it's just classic. So it's set in Minnesota. I was actually looking last night to see if the town's a real town that it's set in. It's not.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's not. Or at least I couldn't find it anywhere. But man, it's just classic Midwestern, feel good, but there's some sad in it.
Pull it up again. Yeah. Pull it up again. So when you said classic Midwestern, look at the word lakeside, right? 60s.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It reminds you of the 60s.
Yes. Yep. And actually, so this book, what I didn't know when I started reading it, I wasn't prepared for the epic multi-generational story that I was going to get. We start with grandma in the 1930s. I'm going to end tonight. I'll finish this book tonight with great granddaughter. And the story, it just switches back and forth between the characters. It's pretty much a female driven book. Obviously there are some males in it, but a very female heavy cast of characters. And honestly, I could have finished it last night. Totally could have stayed up too late, finished this book, but I wasn't ready to say bye to these characters.
Isn't that something?
They're just good. And
that's how it was for me in The Perfect Couple, the one that I just read. I mean, I let that thing linger and linger, and I thought, Anna, you've got 30 more pages. Just read it. And I didn't want to let go of it.
Yeah. That's probably about what I have. Actually, yes, I have right at 30 pages.
Yeah.
So I'm just not ready to say bye to the Saturday Night Supper Club.
When was it published?
April of this year.
Yeah. It was, it was on numerous lists.
Yeah. Highly recommend.
Do you think she would do some sort of a sequel or prequel or?
It's a he. The author is a he. He has written a couple other books, actually. He has written New York Times bestseller, author of Kitchens of the Great Midwest and The Lager Queen of Minnesota. So this is at least his third piece of fiction.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can see reading more of him. I totally
good.
Yeah. I may have found a new fave.
I'm definitely reading more from The Perfect Couple. Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, yes, I pick books by their covers, but at this point in my life, I have authors I love. And that as soon as they say like Jackie Woodson has a new book out. Well, what do I go to the library website? And I'm number 4 on hold. So, as you become a reader, I think you become less of a sucker for covers and you find those that you just know you love and you just want to hang out with your friends. That's
a very good point. Very good point. Yeah. And then you start sharing with your friends, right?
Exactly. Which is a great point, that literacy is not an isolation activity.
No.
It's a very social activity.
Yeah. It's and it's all about to me, it's all about community and building that community, whether it be with just one person or many. It's just to build that community.
Exactly. And sharing, man, Anna, I love this. I think you will too. Just that connection is
I mean, that was on one of my that I've got to read that. But I chose The Happy Place.
Yeah.
Very bright, very modern.
Yes.
Yeah.
But turning our students on to that as well, that letting them, giving them a space to share the stories they love and finding more readers along the way. Yeah.
That's right.
That's good. Anna, we are out of time. How does it go so fast?
Always.
Always. Well, what a fantastic show. Who knew book covers could be such a great topic?
I know. And who knew that, I'd be confessing and the whole 9 yards, but it was good. It was good. It was very enlightening, wasn't it?
It was great.
Yeah.
Well, so you want to close this out this time?
I certainly will. Until next time, be well.
Do good work.
And let's keep in touch.
Keep in touch. Thank you.